got into my 60s after having been playing guitar since I was 15, but basically never exploring it as an instrument in itself. I always used it as an accompaniment instrument, 3 chords and the truth, folk singing basically. And so, as a challenge to myself for the 60s, I decided I would try and learn to play lead guitar. So, I am an incredibly primitive lead guitarist, as you were about to hear. And I decided that I really needed a Les Paul. I got other electric guitars, but which I've used in bands in the past as rhythm guitarist. But I decided, no, I need a Les Paul. So, as I'm not the world's greatest guitarist, far from it, I went into my local... Well, first of all, I looked on the internet and saw a lot of things and thought, yeah, that might be interesting, and read the specs. But then I thought, the heck with it. It's going to cost me 20, 30 euro less if I buy them from a big online retailer. Why not go to my local music store and try a few out? So I went in there and asked for Les Pauls under... My budget I thought would be about 200. I just wanted a cheap one, and if I improve later, I can always go on to something much better. But I thought, well, okay, I'll try what they've got. So I said, Les Pauls under 200. You got anything? So he said, actually, we've got 3. One of them was second hand, which is only about 150. A real black model, totally black, quite nice thing. Again, a name I'd never heard of. And I tried that out and found that, in fact, there was a lot of problems with the frets. It hadn't been filed properly. There was a lot of things I didn't really like about it. And apart from that, it weighed about, at a guesstimate, 6 kilos, something like that. And thought, no, that's not for me. So I tried then between 2 models that they had in the shop. And I was pleasantly surprised for the price. I mean, I thought, what I'll be getting for my 200 euro is a lot more value than what I got when I bought my first electric guitar back in the 70s, and which was basically a piece of crap. So I decided to try the 2, and of the 2, this one seemed to be the one to go for. I had never heard of what I took to originally be Sinner, but it turns out to be Smiger. I'd never heard of Smiger guitars, and when I went on their line to try and find a review of it, I think I only found one. And it was a new line, apparently, that the Chinese made, of course, that my local music shop was trying out. And in fact, the guy behind the counter, I trust his judgment, and he did say he'd played all 3, and he thought my choice would have been his choice too. So I walked out the shop with this, and it's a lovely thing. I mean, you know, classic sunburst style. The I haven't found any problems with the finish or anything. It's smooth along here. The pickups sound fine to me. I'm running it through a negative grid amp, the Spark, set to a sort of blues setting, and in fact running one of their backing tape type things to play to. The things I could say, the tuners aren't perfect. I mean, there's a bit of give in a couple of them, and but that's what you expect on a cheap guitar. If I really get into this guitar, I'll probably change the tuners, but at the moment, not a lot else. I might even get round to, because that's why I was thinking of a Les Paul. I'm a great fan of Peter Green, and I was thinking maybe I could try the modification on it. If I do, I'll do another video of the mod, but at least you'll know now, be able to compare what it sounds like. Well, little more else I can say at the moment, but as I say, that's this is in fact my first review of an instrument, so forgive me if it comes across as amateur, because it is. Okay, so I hope this one take review piques your interest about the Smiger guitars. If you were interested, if you'd seen one in the shop and thought, or if you'd seen one online and thought, I wonder what they sound like, I'm very, very pleased with it. In the three positions, the tone knobs and volume all work well. It's sturdily constructed. Yeah, I think what was it? I paid 180 or something like that. I think it was a good deal. As I say, who knows? I could have probably bought it for 150 in an online retailer, but anything goes wrong with it, go around there and complain to my local friendly music store, and they do something about it. So, okay, so I've really no idea how I'm going to sign this off, except to say, well, I suppose I could go back to playing a little bit. As I say, not the world's greatest guitarist, very far from it, but I'm beginning to get the feel for this, for running up my scales and things. I'm beginning to get the feel for some of them, and yeah, I think, what the hell, I'm 67 years old, and it's never too late to learn.